This is the Western School. We're going to take you on a tour around and show you our wonderful facilities and our wonderful children. This is Simon Cox, who's a Deputy Head Teacher here at Westlands. I'm John Whitcomb. I'm Executive Head Teacher of the Westlands Academies Trust, and I've been in that position since the 1st of September this year when we opened up as a new style academy.
Well, there's a short answer, more money.
We benefit by an extra £700,000.
And then there's a more detailed answer.
The school community was keen to do it and the governors were keen to do it because it's recognition of the outstanding work that we have achieved here at this school. It was presented to schools that were outstanding as judged by Ofsted and who had the capacity to run their own affairs. Actually, the school feels the same now as it did prior to us becoming an academy in September. Don't they look smart and well presented, those children? Perfect. That additional money we will use here locally. Yes, there are additional costs that we will incur, but those costs are, nowhere near the £700,000 that we gain.
We will spend it directly on our children. The money will go from central government to the Western School, and we will spend it on the Westlands community. If you like, we're cutting out the middleman.
We had a difficult experience last summer with our roofs here at the school, and the local authority quoted £1.25 million to repair the roofs. We as a school put to them, we will see if we can fund it in a different way, sourcing local contractors to do that work as opposed to county or national contractors. And we have begun that process at a significantly cheaper rate to affect the same thing, which is a better roof than that which we currently have.
One could call it selfish, but on the other hand, we're actually doing it in the best interests of the young people that are sitting in front of us in the classroom each day of the week.
I think the lesson in that is that successful, effective schools are often better placed at sourcing local contractors to do work on their school sites than local authorities. On the evening of the 31st of August, I was at the solicitors until 10:30 at night, waiting to sign the commercial transfer agreement between ourselves and Kent County Council to release us from maintained status. This is one of our many letters that we've had from Michael Gove. He has entered into the funding agreement to allow both Westlands and Westlands Primary to convert to academies. And yes, this was the letter we received on the 31st of August. I got a phone call, actually, ironically, from the local authority, from a senior local authority officer, to say, that's it, John, you've passed, I think was the phrase that was used. And I got the news whilst I was running the line at my son's football match. And it was hard to maintain concentration upon the offside rule whilst I'm sort of fidgeting in my pocket to try and get my mobile phone to see whether or not I'm getting an email through from the Secretary of State. There was a lot of myth in terms of what New Start Academies actually meant. What it essentially meant is that you had greater freedoms and autonomy over how you ran your affairs on a day-to-day basis. Schools that are New Start Academies have a responsibility to be working with schools that aren't, at the same stage of their development in terms of, needing support, guidance. And that's very much the heart of what we do here at this school, and we wanted to continue that and almost formalise that kind of work. This is Lynn Pearson, head of school here at the Westlands Primary School. I operate as the head teacher at Westlands, but also in this curious title, executive head teacher here at the primary school. My role, if anything, becomes almost that of a school improvement partner to bounce off, to provide challenge, to ask critical questions.
This is the Westlands Primary School, and we're just going up to look at our reception children and Year 1 children getting ready to go home. It feels exciting. There's a buzz about the school that I think possibly wasn't here before, because we're doing something a bit different.
They were in challenging circumstances, their results weren't as good as they should have been. It seemed natural that we would work with our largest school, who feeds to us at the age of 11, for the benefit of their children, because we felt that they were our pupils of the future. It was just a natural partnership. It seemed the perfect marriage, if you like. The governing bodies have now merged into an overall governing body. The schools are working very, very closely together.
Excellent, well done. My name is Lack McCaw. I'm a maths teacher at Westlands School. We have year sixes from Westlands Primary, and they come to us for their English and all their English and their maths lessons every day, 5 times a week.
17 to 289, so 289 is a square number.
Wow, brilliant. So we added one more. Well done, Catherine. I think it's great. I think the pupils are so keen, and I think one of the things that they're that they're coming to big school, when they come here in September then next year, as many of them will do, they're going to be confident.
How I interpret it is it's the freedom to continue doing what it is that we have done so successfully over a number of years with additional financial resources. We went through quite a detailed consultation process, and I think when teachers and support staff understood that there were going to be no seismic changes in terms of how we operated the school, and that it was very much more of the same, and we were going to continue with the same terms and conditions for teachers and support staff, I think they just sort of took it in their stride.
Excellent, brilliant, okay. The aim is not to change things. This school is a successful school. It's had an outstanding Ofsted, and that's because of all the people that work in here together and make it like that. So why would you want to change that?
I knew absolutely nothing at all about companies' law and the Companies Acts, and I now have an unhealthy knowledge of this. You really do have to work very closely with an effective firm of solicitors to guide you through the process in terms of what you need to do and the hurdles that need to be jumped. The challenges have been really quite odd, I guess, and things that we wouldn't necessarily have anticipated. Simple things like changing the bank account, ensuring that payroll details are transferred from one account to another. I must admit, I did have a number of sleepless moments worried that on the 25th of September staff wouldn't be paid because this account wouldn't talk to this account, and it all seems to have gone pretty well. Now, I dare say there will be some things down the line that do cause us concern, but I think at the moment those challenges are few and far between. If people look for New Start academies to be organisations that suddenly do things differently, I think to a certain extent they've missed the point. New Start academies are outstanding schools that have excellent practice. What academy status does for us is it provides us with the opportunity to continue doing what it is we have done so well and to evolve and develop it, but at a gradual pace that suits our development.